Yo, I'm Brendan. Is $1 million a lot of money or not? I make personal finance and investing videos and am technically a millionaire, and people on the internet love to point out to me that 30 years from now, $1 million won't be worth as much as it is today. Like this guy. Oh, it's going to have 200 grand in spending power. Obviously, that's true because inflation exists. But when the average American has a net worth of between $10,000 and $200,000, they are woefully behind even somebody who only has $1 million. So today what I want to do is visualize how big $1 million is. But still, it's hard to visualize, right? How much is $1 million? Does it take up a lot of space? Would it fill up your whole room full of dollar bills? Is it just a suitcase of money? And how much more money is $1 million than the average person will really have in their lifetime? The way we're going to visualize that is with distance. I've been walking a lot more to try and lose the 15 pounds I gained in 2024. And I thought about 1 million steps because in 2025, I've got this goal of walking 4 million steps. That's an averaging of about 11,000 steps a day. And it's a decent goal. But what would happen if you walked 1 million steps? How far would you go? What if each dollar of your $1 million that you own was a step? And how much further would you travel than the average American person with the amount of money that they have? If they were walking and you were walking, what's that distance difference? Let's find out. For all of these figures, we're going to assume that your stride length is about 2.5 feet. I'm 6'5", so mine's a little longer, but for us, for right now, 2.5 feet is going to work. So for all these comparisons, what if you started in Manhattan? New York, and your goal was to walk all the way across the country as close to LA as you could get. How about the average American? The median net worth for somebody compared to only $1 million or $2 million. Well, now we have two camps of Americans. The median net worth of somebody who doesn't own a home in America, $10,400. And the median net worth of somebody who does own a home in America without factoring in the value of the home, $60,000. The reason we don't factor in the value of the house is that, let's say you retire, you can't live off the value of your house. Yes, a reverse mortgage is a thing, but that's less than optimal. So we're talking about liquid net worth that you have in the bank, in investments, that kind of thing. How far does the median American get? As you can probably guess, not very far. The non-homeowner group with a net worth of $10,400 only walks 5 miles. And those cocky punks who do own their own home only get 28 miles. Neither of them has even left the state of New York. They're not even close in comparison to the person with a $1 or $2 million net worth. Taking 1 million steps at 2.5 feet per step would move you 2.5 million feet, very obviously. That equates to 473 miles. Gets you at least all the way into Ohio. You wouldn't get halfway across the country until you did 2 million steps, 947 miles all the way to Kansas City. When we compare these side by side, it's incredible how much more significant it is to have just $1 million compared to what the average person has. The average person is spending almost everything they make. We save very little, we invest almost nothing, and as a result, we don't get any movement in our life. So anytime somebody tells you that $1 million is not that much money, or it won't be worth that much 30 years from now, think about the pennies that the median American is going to have 30 years from now. We've got to change the habit here. We've got to change the routine and the norm from spending everything we make to investing 20, 30, 40% of what we make. Then now, out of curiosity, of course, I had to do the math to go, okay, how much money would you need to have to walk across America in our funny, analogy here? It's only 5.1 million steps. That gets you the 2,400 miles all the way across America. What does it look like, though, to be truly rich? How far around the globe could you get if you were a millionaire, a multimillionaire, or maybe a billionaire? Well, the net worth you would need to go from New York to Hawaii is $10,400,000 because it's almost a 5,000 mile trip. If you know somebody with $10 million, they've got a lot further than those of us who are just mere millionaires who are stuck in the middle of the United States. They've gone all the way to Hawaii. How much money would you need to take the steps all the way from New York to Melbourne, Australia? Almost 22 million. That's a lot. And the net worth needed to go all the way around the entire earth with our step analogy is $52.5 million. But what about a billionaire? How much richer is a billionaire compared to a millionaire? Well, if you remember, our $1 million net worth got us halfway across the country, basically from New York to Kansas City. $1 billion will take you 19 times around the earth. It's so much more than $1 million, it's hard to even conceive of. And what about Elon Musk? Worth an alleged currently $428.8 billion. If you took 428.8 billion steps at 2.5 feet per step, you would go around the circumference of the earth over 3,200 times. This video is not about wealth inequality, but that is crazy town. I think we're jaded by thinking about things like that because just because somebody who's a billionaire can go so much further than we can with their money, it doesn't take away our power of being able to grow our own money. And it doesn't mean that we can't and shouldn't do that. And just because inflation is real and $1 million today is worth a lot more than it will be 20 or 30 years from now, doesn't mean it's not a worthwhile goal. I hope that in this video you've seen what a significant thing it can be to have $1 million compared to the median American who has somewhere between $10,000 and $60,000 when we're not talking about the value of their home. The median American is dead broke, and you don't have to be. But also remember this, there's no secret tricks of getting there, of getting to $1 million, $2 million, $5 million net worth. The people who do this typically are those with the most equity. Now, you can either have equity in a company like Elon Musk does, and the company goes up huge amounts in value, and so technically he owns something that is worth a lot of money, or you can do what I do and invest in the stock market, which gives you equity in the companies that are out there doing the work, making the products, serving the people. Now, I own little bits of all these companies, and because those companies go up in value, my net worth goes up in value in a similar way. Either way, the key to a high net worth is equity. And just like exercising in a new year with your New Year resolution, the results come slowly. You don't see anything happening in January or even February or March. It's probably not till the end of the year that if you were consistent, you could actually see, hey, maybe my belt's a little bit looser than it used to be, and my pants fit better, and my tummy's a little flatter. That's really good. But it takes months and months to get any kind of result. Same thing with investing. Probably be 2 to 5 years before you even feel like anything's really happening, and that is really slow. But the patient people win the rewards and have the higher net worth. If you haven't already started investing, 2025 or 2026 is your year, depending on when you're watching this. Whatever I'm trying to say, whatever the year is you're watching this is your year. Start now. Hey, thanks for watching. I challenge you to take 4 million steps with me in 2025. Use your watch, use your phone, however you want to count it. It's about 11,000 steps a day. Let's do it together. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. There's all this smoke coming from this house. I want to make sure they're not like burning their house down. Like a wok or something. It's like a little outdoor stove, very smoky. It's weird to do that under your carport. Guess they're okay. Weird.